Edinburgh Watch Company. My name's Jonathan, and on today's video I'm going to talk to you about and show you one of the classic sports watches from Rolex. Here we have the GMT Master 2. Now you can find out more about this watch by visiting our website at edinburghwatchcompany.co.uk, and there you'll find some photographs we've taken, some technical specification and pricing. But of course, if there's anything else you'd like to know, then please just give me a call and let's have a chat about it directly. So what we have here is an absolute pristine example of a one-owner watch that we bought locally here in Edinburgh. The GMT Master has been out since the 1950s. It's a watch designed by Rolex for those who are traveling the world, who perhaps want to have the time back at home but also overseas. Also became very popular when Pan Am and Rolex developed a relationship for their pilots, where they wanted to have a watch that was very easy for their pilots to be able to tell the time in different flying zones as well. The Pepsi was the one that was most made famous, and a watch that's as popular then as it is today. This, however, is the GMT Master in bimetal, so stainless steel and 18 karat yellow gold. The 16713 was discontinued when they brought out the ceramic model in 2007, which is now discontinued. Here we are in 2019, so both very, very collectible watches. Now, in 5 years since I've had this business, this is the first time I've ever seen one of these watches. That is how rare it is. And it is like all of the watches we buy. It has all the original Rolex box. In fact, the box is a slightly newer box, but it has the certificate here, we have the instruction manuals, and we've got both hang tags. What's also nice about this watch is that we like everything to be just perfect, so we sent this watch away to our watchmaker. The movement was taken out, completely stripped and rebuilt, including a new mainspring. While that was happening, we also polished the case and the bracelet, so it looks absolutely lovely. And the bezel insert is just pristine, but you'll see that when we have a closer look at it. But it really is just a lovely watch. Papers on this watch are dated 1997, so it's pretty well a vintage piece. So there we are. That's a little bit of background to the watch. Let's go and have a closer look at it. So here we are. Here's this beautiful GMT Master 2. Look at these colors on the dial. It's just so subtle, isn't it? Lovely rich black dial with a yellow gold, but just with a sort of vintage feel to it. So you can see here you have the second time zone hand round about 9 o'clock there. Lovely gold hands with the white accents going through them, and on the hour markers as well. You have the Cyclops window there, just giving you the date. It's got a multiplication ×2. And you have the sapphire crystal here too. Now on the GMT Master, as a difference from the Submariner, this actually turns in both directions as well. And in its essence, its purpose of that is it allows you to read another time zone via this bezel, where this correlates up with the dual time zone hand there. But apart from that, very classic looking dial. Looking at the side here, you can see that this has the pinholes for changing the bracelet as well, another sort of vintage feel to it there. And it's polished on the outside edges there, but you'll see here satinized at the top there. So a lovely contrast there too. Coming around to this side here, you can see the polished edges there, and then you have the crown guards there, just protecting that lovely 18 karat gold crown there that actually screws into the side of the case. And this will take you down to 100 meters if you need to. The bracelet on the GMTs is traditionally an oyster bracelet. The newer ones now, of course, coming with the Jubilee bracelet, but of this generation, it was mainly an oyster bracelet you could get. You can look here and you can see the satinized on the outside, polish running through the middle, and a really very, very tight bracelet, considering this watch is from 1997. On the deployant clasp there, you can see the Rolex crown, and you can see how deep it is as well. That's suggesting that watch has not been polished a lot of times. So we've just had it done now, and it looks absolutely super. Pressed stainless steel there with the Rolex logos on it, and this shuts here, and it clips shut, and then you put the safety clasp on top, and you can see that gold running all the way through the middle there. Very easy to adjust this as well. Little pinholes there on the side, so you can just move the bracelet up and down as required. So that there is our classic vintage GMT Master 16713. I think, as I mentioned earlier, first one we've ever had. Definitely a collector's watch. let's go and have a look at it on the wrist. So here we are. This is the GMT Master on my wrist, classic size, 40 mil. I've got quite a big wrist, it's about 8 inches or so, but it's a really, really good size. I wear a 40 mil watch sort of every day, you can see there. It's a nice size, hence why, you know, the Daytona, the Submariner, the GMT Master, they're all 40 mil today. It's still a very, very popular size. But just as I look at this here, I think just the lovely black dial, the gold on the bezel, and then just seeing the gold running through the bracelet, and also having the gold through the clasp at the back as well. I think it just works very well. That kind of gives you a perspective. You know, it's really quite a thin watch on the wrist as well. You can see here it has the pinholes as well, so that lovely sort of classic look to it. And I think it's just an absolute cracking looking sort of vintage GMT. So there we are. That is our GMT Master 2, it's the 16713. That brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. If you'd like to be notified of all our latest videos, then please just click there. That'll subscribe you to our YouTube channel. We're also on Instagram, we're up on Facebook and Twitter as well, so whatever your favorite channels, you'll see us there. Lots more videos coming along soon. Please come and join us. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.